Hello. If you're watching this video, it's because you seem to be struggling with subject-verb agreement with collective nouns, and there are a few simple tricks that I can show you to help, so don't consider this remedial. This is just additional tutoring. And if you can master this, this is an easy way to pick up some points on the ACT. I can pretty much guarantee questions in this format on any standardized test, including the SVA. All right, so I'm just going to walk you through a couple practice sentences and explain, and I'll try to explain in a few different ways. So if you don't understand one way, I hope that a second way can help. All right, so the first thing you're intended to do on this activity is select the part of the subject that agrees with the bold verb. So in this case, you're not having to worry whether the verb is in agreement. It sounds like it's definitely an agreement. You just need to pick the part of the subject that is determining what verb you need. Okay, I will give you a simple trick. Part of this subject is non-essential to the sentence. So if you can identify which of these parts is essential to the sentence, that is the part that is determining or linking with determining the tense of the verb. Okay, so in this case, you want to ask yourself if you can drop out the heard. If you had a sentence that read, "Of wild turkeys lives behind Albus Dumbledore's house," that doesn't make any sense. So you know that the heard is actually the part of the sentence that is serving as the subject, and that is essential. It is linked to the verb. It is what determines the tense of the verb. Okay, here's another way to think of the same sentence. If you can recognize a prepositional phrase or a modifier, of wild turkeys is a part of the sentence that does nothing beyond describe the herd. That means it is non-essential. That means it is not necessary to the sentence. It is not performing the action of the verb. So essentially, you can think of that as being expendable. Drop that out of the sentence, and then you can see clearly the herd lives behind Albus Dumbledore's house. Now, if you need a third way to understand that, if it's still fuzzy, let me try this. And that is, in English, the preferred subject, the preferred sentence order is this. I'm going to try to draw on the slide. Subject, verb, object. So if you have modifiers, generally they're not going to be in the front of the sentence. Of course, you all write sophisticated sentences, so that's not always dependable. But in general, the first thing in your sentence is going to be the subject of the sentence. In other words, you would never have, "Of wild turkeys, the herd lives behind Albus Dumbledore's house." That's true of any of the Romance languages. Your subject is 99.9% of the time the first thing in the sentence. Any kind of modifier is going to follow it. So the herd lives, morning, lives behind Albus Dumbledore's house. Okay, I'm going to try to get rid of that pen. I'm not sure if I can. Okay, that concludes part one of your tutorial. I'm going to queue up another couple types of sentences so that you can see this in more depth. Thank you very much.